name is Brandon Fraser. I'm shipping manager at Plug Your Holes.
I don't know, there wasn't any real reason that I hired him. He seemed like a pretty cool guy and had a nice beard. I mean, to be perfectly honest, we have a lot of younger people that work for us, and he, you know, a beard says a thing about a man.
Wear whatever I want. I don't have to shave.
He pretty much keeps everything going as far as like making sure everyone else has something to do.
So I'm kind of in the middle between the customers and the company. Kind of a middleman. So it's part customer service, but it's also part just keeping the people I work with happy. For sure, every order that's not made to order, I see it. So I see hundreds of names a day. I just make sure your stuff goes out on time, or as quick as possible, you know, at the time, you know. I know that no one liked me for the first couple months.
Nobody liked Brandon when he first came in. He slept all day. He put his sunglasses on and he'd go back in his chair.
It wasn't even like a, hey, should we fire Brandon? It was like, when are we firing Brandon?
I had remembered hearing that he was just a little different than some of the other people that had already worked here.
Yeah, they all hated me. I heard that Joe wanted to fire me.
I hated Brandon when he first started working here. As someone from New York, I felt like Brandon was the biggest country bumpkin in the world. And I thought he was lazy, and I thought he was nosy.
And then we had a talk with him. We decided to give him one more chance, and for whatever reason, in the 6 weeks that Laura and I were out of the country, by the time we got back, he was one of our better employees.
Right when it was at its worst, I just came through. I was like, you know what, guys, I'm just gonna answer every phone call. It just took a lot of stress off of everyone else, and it showed that I was committed, you know, just worked out.
He'll work really, really hard at something for a day and knock it out of the park and like do the best job that anyone has ever seen anyone do at that task, and then he'll forget about it for a week. I guess after time working here, we realized that he was a part of a team, and that kind of woke him up to realize like, hey man, if whatever I put into this, you know, it comes back at me. He's never really confrontational. He'll kind of bring you down a level and say, hey man, like, don't worry about it, we'll get it figured out. It's not a huge deal, it's not the end of the world, let's figure out a solution. He's very solution-based instead of like focusing on the problems. Instead of looking at a problem and saying like, oh man, what do I do, how am I in trouble? He'd kind of like laugh it off a little bit and fix the problem.
He can really sit and do one job for a really long time, and I can't. I mean, that is like, so I give him all the credit in the world because I have to constantly be doing something different, and he can really come in every day and do the same thing and make it better and improve it.
It's not too monotonous. There's enough problem solving that it's entertaining, but there's not too much so where it's not too stressful. Really the best part is just hanging out with a bunch of guys in the front room, you know, and talking, listening to music all day.
His music taste is horrible. He is the master DJ. What he wants to listen to goes up on the screen and everyone listens to it, and it sucks.
I think it's cool. I think his weird taste in music is great because, I mean, there's stuff that I haven't listened to in years that will come on and I'll be like, oh my gosh. It's a fun time working around him because if I'm in a bad mood or something in that day, like, he's mostly, you know, on target and laughable and funny and kind of like a puppy dog. Perfect, that's him. Brandon's a puppy dog.
He is a sweetheart. He can't lie at all.
Now he's become one of my best friends out here in Kansas City, so it's funny how that happened. He's a good guy. I still want to fire him though.
I was sitting out in the car one day and Laura had to come up in and get something, and comes in on him and Jude playing hockey with golf clubs and a tin of ear butter.
You know, that tends to happen around here, just a little, you know, horseplay here and there.
And they swear they were only doing it for like 2 minutes, but there was no managers there. And so it looks really convenient that, hey, you guys are fucking around at work and with golf clubs and ear butter. And they immediately stopped and apologized. And then sent us text messages afterwards. Like, we're so sorry, we didn't, it was only going on for like a minute, I swear.
It's part of the job, right? Right? Gotta test out the new ear butter.
There's a few pictures that we've hidden around the office of a selfie that he took and sent to the group of him like lying in bed trying to be funny and like sexy, and it's just it's just him like, and we made it black and white and we printed it off on shipping labels and we stuck them to the sides of random things in the office, so Sometimes you'll be going through and you'll be sorting or doing inventory, and then you'll pull something out and there'll just be a picture of Brandon in the bottom of a box with his shirt off.